Loud clap. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Boy Corey, aka GQ Saint, back with another reaction video. Crazy fun fact, I just want to start off. Meant to do some other videos this week. I know it became stupid this time. Something was wrong with my internet router. I finally had to get it replaced yesterday, so everything's working just fine. I'm able to record right now. Finally, this is Death Battle. We've been waiting for Ash versus Yugi, Pokemon versus Yu-Gi-Oh! Death Battle. Me, haven't picked a side. I might pick a side, dude. I just want to enjoy the fight. This is my childhood. I played the Pokemon cards first, sold on my damn switch to Yu-Gi-Oh! I ain't gonna lie, me and my friend, we had a funner time playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games because the Pokemon card game was kind of more trickier. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Was more, it was more label understandable. And plus, the game involves using the cards as well, too. That's why we tend to play it a lot more, man. We had so much fun. But anyway, let's dive on into it. The one boy, guys, you already know. You already seen how to do my dip out videos. So don't expect to be surprised to see some cuts. I'm trying, make sure everything goes right with this video. But anyway, special request, drop a comment below. Let me know what you want to react to. Let's get it.
Right, Pikachu?
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Oh, Pikachu find Dark Magician.
Ash Ketchum versus Yugi Moto.
The biggest question from the playground. Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. This is a big episode. Just look at how long it is. So thanks to our sponsor, Mad Mushroom, for helping us make it happen.
Yeah, go check out Mad Mushroom's newest game, Night Swarm. It just launched and it's all about action.
Collect companions and claim your throne.
That gear.
Sorry, skip over that part right quick. Get that.
One at age 10.
Sorry about that.
Oh, the kid.
Let me go back. There we go. Had to go back.
Hello there. Welcome to the world of Pokemon.
Oh, the kids get their first one at age 10. If you don't sleep in like Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town.
Ash wanted to be a Pokemon master, though he didn't really
470,
know what that meant yet.
I forgot
How
I told
about
him I
taking
was
down
10
your
years
rivals
old.
to be the very
Almost
best
25
like no
years.
one ever was.
I know
Better
it's
than
that.
Gary and his dumb groupies.
Well, Ash knew he'd find his answers at the Pokemon League tournament.
So Oak hooked him up with the electric mouse, Pikachu. And went, he's your problem now,
Yeah, Noise was the
stupid.
original
Pikachu
voice
was
for Pikachu in the
a
video
lot.
games.
The new duo had a rocky start, but after an intense first day together, the rest, as they say, is history.
25 seasons,
Cool.
over
Oh,
1,200
that's the first
episodes,
legendary Pokemon
and
to appear in the
cornerstone of
anime, that
2000
is,
culture.
without being
Ash
that,
spent
which is
decades as a
interesting.
10-year-old on the great Pokemaniac journey.
We should note we are prioritizing the anime that Ash is from, which often differs from the original games that inspired it.
Ash
Yeah,
is
I
equipped
figured
with
that.
tons of Pokeballs and an all-knowing Pokedex. That's also a Pokemon. But in a
Roll-time
fight, Ash
dex.
usually
I like
chooses
roll-time
Pikachu.
dex.
Give the yellow red enough voltage and you'll regret it. Even ground types that would be immune to electric attacks in the games can't stop what this Pikachu dishes out.
Yet somehow Ash is just fine after repeatedly getting zapped by this same electricity. Over time, Pikachu learned Volt Tackle, Electro Web, Electro Ball, and
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! The perfect attack for OHKOing flamboyant thieves and air balloons. Looks like
Pikachu's
they're
signature
blasting
attack.
up again.
so
Whoa,
clearly the
that's
anime
my
doesn't
favorite legend
follow the game
Pokemon
rules.
attack anyway.
Like when Pikachu shot himself with his own thunder while on Swellow, who, is vulnerable to lightning.
But somehow they used thunder as a super armor. He even learned how to deflect attacks by just spinning really fast.
I'm not in the mood for ads in this video. Come on, hurry up. Yeah, boy.
Whee!
Speaking of fast, Pikachu has intercepted lightning, but Quick Attack increases that speed even more.
And his Iron Tail really pairs well with Ash's offensive style. The guy plays crazy, opting for big damage over stalling.
Ash's style is so unusual that when a robot scanned his tactics, it exploded.
As the great philosophers put it, if it works, is it still stupid?
Ash and Pikachu's bond is magnetic and brought them new allies. Misty, Brock,
Misty,
Serena,
Brock,
just to name a
Serena.
few. Underneath the
Yeah.
stubbornness and crispy bikes,
Misty
they
Brock,
are
OG's
loyal
most
friends.
memorable.
Just
I like
Ash's
Serena as well too.
Pokemon.
Serena.
They're not just collecting dust in a shiny hunting box. Ash's league
And
ID
Clem,
won't let him carry more
yeah,
than
she's
6 at a
cool.
time. But if he needs them, they'll all come running.
Water types like Squirtle and Lapras are key in seafaring fights, and Ash can combine their water attacks with
Yeah, the
flameless
Lapras
ice
and the
One
orange
time, his
Islands
weasel
were still
got
like a
frozen while
baby.
using Aqua Jet, which is fine. Now he's using Ice Aqua Battering Ram.
Grass types like Bulbasaur and Torterra induce status effects and heal
Yeah.
with synthesis.
I don't know why I like
Sceptile's a
Torterra.
menace.
And Sceptile was cool.
Yes,
My
we got a
brother,
big, scary,
we
dark
both had
ride.
the same
Meet the
version of the game, the
Sleep
home
Lane
region.
victim.
He
Or
chose
that's what I would say if
Sceptile. I got
devised an
Blaziken.
action replay of frickin' Latios. Give my man a win, 4Kids.
Well, 4Kids just did the localization. They didn't write them.
Yeah.
They just get me heated. Almost as much as Infernape's Flare Blitz. Then I'll send
Fernape,
my
yeah.
Inferno to
Fun fact.
overdrive, get my revenge,
They
and
modeled
Incineroar.
Fernape after Sun Wukong.
Ash had a fiery passion for reaching the top.
So
of
yeah,
SAP.
I would say every
Charizard
Asian style
was on
animation,
board.
they
Pursuing
got
right
modeled
over
Sun
packs,
Wukong
Ash
after
lost
something.
the
They
Viridian
got
Force
to
for the
include
trees
that.
and fumbled the Indigo League.
Harsh lesson, but one he needed. Ash
Yeah.
started bonding with Pokemon at a deeper level, and that friendship motivated them to dodge light speed moves like Solar Beam and Psybeam.
Charizard came around too. He's the last
Yeah,
one you
that
want
was-
to see
it
on
was
the
cool
field.
Charizard
Even if you
finally
have
came
a
around.
Blastoise like Gary, Ash will call for the most unexpected signature move.
Seismic Toss!
Seismic
The
Toss.
people's elbow of Pokemon. Charizard's so strong, his flamethrower melts boulders. The Pokemon world is wild.
Ash's Pokedex spells it out.
I remember that
Vanillix
girl. She had a
causes
crush on
blizzards.
Ash after
Magikarp
he
leaps over
saved her.
mountains and into space. Dusknoir pulls souls into the spirit world.
Oh, and Pikachu cleared a storm as wide as an island. Gotta catch 'em all. Surfetch, Butterfree, Heracross, Scraggy. I can rock Palpitoad, Torkoal, Snivy.
With new regions, soar new flying types like Pidgeot. On land, Ash has physical offense like
That's his
Melmetal
first
and
flying
Crocodile,
Pokemon.
and Gibble will
I hope
drop Draco
Butterfree
meteors
counts,
on
but yeah.
anyone. But
Yeah,
mainly
yeah,
Gibble.
You
Pidgeot,
want
when he
Look
evolved, now he
at
can't
Ash. This
Pidgeot.
dwarf somehow carried around a Cosmoem, which canonically weighs over a ton. Oh, and this huge log that's basically a whole tree, he chucked it like it was nothing. Ash can choose his own hands if he wants, and he does a lot. Maybe his secret is watching the
I
Minnesota
was a kid. I
Vikings.
first saw you
Resilience
trying to
is the
fight
bare
YouTube
minimum
hand
to
in hand.
HMO one cut it in the tall grass. Humans and Pokemon must protect and enrich each other's lives.
Like
Primate.
Mimey,
I'm
the
amazed
Mr.
they never
Mime back
brought
home
Primate
who
back.
mind-boggles you with Reflect, Light Screen, and Psychic. Yep, that Mr. Mime, the stepdad who
Yeah.
Ash caught in a Pokeball and brought home. Oh,
Damn,
so
he's a
that's
butler.
how it works.
Ash figured out new ways to bond with his pals with Aura. It's a life force that interacts with souls and links Ash with Lucario.
This Jackal excels at CQC and shoots steel beams and aura spheres. And with Mega Evolution, Lucario's power surges enough to defeat champion Cynthia's Garchomp.
A Mega would have been handy at the Safari Zone when Ash accidentally caught 30 Tauros. And he keeps hugging
I was
them.
surprised
Ash,
those were
they're
filled with Tauroses.
Ash genuinely loves his little guys, but boy does it suck to see him lose the Pokemon League over and over again. Kid,
Yeah.
just turn the hat backwards and lock in.
Ash's strength is not in battle theory, but his nurtured bonds. He knows Pokemon feelings better than anyone. With Greninja, Ash learned to synchronize their senses
Yeah,
and
I
movement,
miss Greninja.
transforming
Greninja was
him
cool.
into Ash Greninja.
It comes with a huge power increase, but there's a catch. Ash shares Greninja's pain. A small price to pay for the ultimate water shuriken.
Ash Greninja ran the ones with Champion Diantha's Mega Gardevoir. And just a normal Gardevoir can conjure black holes.
Ash's Pokemon and teamwork get along like rice balls and jelly-filled donuts. They saved the world from Lysander, who tried to kill all life. They fought the giants. The Reggie kind, not the New York ones, who halted Regigigas, who can
Yeah,
kill
his name
entire regions.
Regigigas.
Ash's team battled Steven Stone
You
and
know, he's
Alana,
found another
who
region,
fought the
which is
terraforming
weird.
primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre.
Yeah, don't get
Yeah,
me
when first I was
started on
like,
a
there
line.
can't be no
Ash
Mega
did
Evolution.
everything right, but no, Greninja still lost to his Charizard after only getting hit 3 times. How does Blast Burn beat Water Shuriken? Get your type charts right, 4Kids.
Boomstick 4Kids weren't even around anymore when this aired. Regardless,
Nah, they
after
weren't.
his
They were
loss
gone.
at Kalos, Ash traveled to Alola and beyond to train. And thanks to some really delicious soup, his new Gengar Gigantamaxed.
Hide you, Gengar! He haunts foes with G-Max Terror, or even swallows them up. I bet it smells nasty in there.
Ash and Pikachu
I was
also
surprised
scored
when he
buff with
got
their
a
Z move.
Gengar.
All they need is a Power Ring, some JoJo poses, and Thunderbolt will evolve into
10 million volt Thunderbolt! This Rainbow Lightning is their ace. You see this coming? You're cooked. Absorb electricity? Cooked. Fused with an Ultra Beast? Cooked.
Ash journeyed so much that monsters from another dimension are nothing to him. Naganadel is a poisonous sniper, and Solgaleo is basically the sun god, a legendary Pokemon whose Sunsteel Strike lights up the universe.
Ash got a god in his bag for just being a nice dude. Smell you later, Gary.
In fact, when Ash and friends band together, they can halt Dialga's
Dawn.
Roar of
Dawn
Time.
was cool.
And Dialga literally controls the concept of time. Is there a legendary Pokemon he hasn't befriended?
But it all started with Pikachu, so it was gonna end with Pikachu. In the Tournament of Champions, and Alon, Ash faced the #1 trainer. Finally, after 3,000 years, we're free! 4 kids let my boy win! Yes!
Sure.
4 kids.
Ash did his best, and
That's
he had
good.
no
He finally
regrets.
became a champion
Now
after
free to
over
hand
20
his torch
years.
to new bright-eyed trainers.
Ash realized
Yep,
that to
the
him,
new
a
generation.
Pokemon Master was someone who was friends with every Pokemon. So he and Pikachu threw a stick in the air and walked the way it landed. Because in the world of Pokemon, the journey continues.
It always said that.
If you want to travel the world like Ash or look as rad as Yugi, then we've got the threads for you.
This battle is sponsored by Quince.
You'll like this. A bunch of Death Battle staff have owned .com/Death Battle.
Had to skip over there. Ready to see Yugi.
Many a theorist have tried to solve the mystery of ancient Egypt. What was the secret to such a
I
glorious
love the
civilization?
opening song of
Time
Yu-Gi-Oh!
travel, the divine hand.
I like both, like the first and
Aliens?
second.
Nah, they were gamers.
Like the-
Egyptians played
yeah.
games with sorcery. These magical ceremonies punished dark hearts with swift death. The Shadow Game.
No, Wiz, they were banished to the Shadow Realm. Wink.
Sadly, the way of the Shadow Games was lost across time and the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. It's said the one who solves the puzzle would pass judgment on evil. And in the modern day, Yugi Moto reassembled it and wished for a friend.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn that jam up! Yugi was a shy kid that helped run his grandpop's game shop.
But
Friends
little
with
did he
Bobo,
know that
Bobo.
completing the
I
puzzle
remember that
would
show,
link his
Bobo,
spirit
Bobo,
to an
Bobo.
ancient pharaoh.
Yami, always willing to lend Yugi a hand, and always on
18.5.
demon
Yeah, I
time
knew
while
you were
doing
short,
so.
but dang, 5 foot
He's the
even.
anime Jigsaw.
I'm
Yami
not
wants
that
to
tall. I'm
play
only 5. I'm
the
5'8"
Shadow
and a
Game.
quarter. I'm cool
Whether
with my
it's
height.
brittle air hockey, Mario Party with chloroform, or the game that would take his world and ours by storm, Duel
Yeah,
Monsters.
that version anime, I
It's
never
a
watched
summer's
that
war.
one. It never
Time to
came
send
on.
monsters to
Just-
the graveyard and take your foe down to 0 life points.
When Yugi's grandpa was kidnapped by the deranged CEO Seto Kaiba, Yugi knew it was
Yeah,
time
when
to
Kaiba-
knock
they
him
had
down
when
the
Kaiba
only
had
way
green
he
hair. I
knows
saw
how,
that clip,
playing
but
a
yeah.
children's card game.
And for his L, Kaiba was given a penalty game. Lose or cheat against Yami at your own peril. With the puzzle, Yami can punish you in some seriously messed up ways. Illusions of being set on fire, swapping your soul, or the
Yeah, they
infamous
danced from all day
Mind
after the
Crush.
The
manga.
Millennium Puzzle does far more than force hallucinations. It brings monsters to reality, forms barriers, manipulates probability, and seals away spirits.
You can't buy this. It
All
and
the
6
Millennium
other Millennium
items.
items are juiced up by ghosts.
Despite Yami's retribution, Yugi wasn't aware of this darker half. Yami had amnesia, so he didn't know himself either. But after a run-in with enemy Millennium Ring user Dark Bakura and some seriously hardcore LARPing, Yugi and Yami learned each other's shtick and made the dynamic duo.
With friends Taya, Tristan, and their left leg Joey, Yugi and Yami were ready
forgot
for
the Japanese
anything.
names.
Because Yugi had a great early deck.
Yeah, that
Monsters
version
for
of Yu-Gi-Oh!
offense,
That's the
spells for
first one I
effects,
wanna
and
watch.
traps for setups. Oh,
Like the
and
first
Exodia-
episode, you know, him actually doing
there they
Kaiba.
go.
Okay, if Yugi's deck is so good, why
You know,
isn't
it's
it the
funny when you
meta?
said, I always
What
call
man,
him Kaiba.
coach?
It's easy to
Face my
remember.
2,000 card deck.
Don't be too quick to judge. Yugi's a very clever strategist. His style works best at maximizing the use of so-called terrible cards.
Yeah, cool story, Wiz. But what's he gonna do about the 3 blue eyes Kaiba's got aiming at his dome?
Simple.
Eyes
Summon
Ultimate
the monster
Dragon.
card Karibo and have it multiply. With a 1,000 strong meat shield, a dragon's breath is a gentle breeze.
Well, okay. Didn't know Yugi had that dog in him. But I'm about brute force.
I remember
Buster
Buster
Blader and
Blader.
Celtic Guardian are sick, nasty swordsmen. Summon Skull shoots bolts of lightning. And the giant soldier of stone can destroy moons.
Time Wizard's better. It's a living clock that fast forwards
gave
and
that to
rewinds a
Joey.
local area of time, turning monsters to infants or wizards into wise sages.
Speaking of wizardry, you can't have a Yugi deck without his right hand, Dark Magician, and his apprentice, Dark Magician Girl.
Both are masters of dark magic, and Yugi often pairs them with the damage redirecting magic cylinder. Now that's thinking with portals.
There's support monsters too.
Yeah,
Catapult
different
Turtle is
versions
a
of
bot
the
with a
Dark
cannon
Magician.
that literally launches other monsters. And when Yugi comboed it with Gaia and Swords of Revealing Light, which immobilizes monsters, they brought down an entire fortress. Wait, that's not how the card game works. Is
His
he
name was
cheating?
Panic.
We're prioritizing the manga and anime over anything else, which can differ from the real-world card game.
Yeah.
Yugi also has tons
Some of the
spell
games were
cards.
like that as well,
Monster
too.
Reborn
Some of the
resurrects a fallen friend.
Game Boy
Turn
games,
Jump is a
they were
time
different
skip,
from
and
the
Pot
other.
of Greed lets Yugi
So,
draw
yeah.
2 more cards, like Pot of Greed, which lets him draw 2 more cards, like...
If things get dicey, he has more trap cards to level the field, like Dimension Sphinx, which reflects damage directly
One of my
back at the
personal ones
opponent's
is
life points.
And
Mirror.
if his monsters and life points get wiped, he
Mirror
can just
Force.
press Control-Z with Mirage Ruler to get them all back.
Pair these cards with Yugi and Yami's teamwork, and nothing could stand in their way. Not even the game's own creator, Pegasus.
Maximilian
Get this,
Pegasus with Millennium
can read
Eye.
minds. So in their duel, Yugi and Yami kept swapping souls Freaky Friday
I remember
style,
that was so
trusting each
cool.
other to pick up on the strategies they left behind. And the mind reader was stumped. Yeah, they cheated.
No, Pegasus was reading their minds. Regardless, Yugi and Yami are an excellent dueling pair. Yami trusts Yugi to improve on his plans, while Yugi expects Yami to be his bolder half.
They're not just smart. These card-slinging geeks are somehow expected to be fit enough to dodge lasers, resist getting their souls ripped out, and survive attacks from duel monsters.
Yeah.
Even the most common duel monster can cause tsunamis, rain down meteors, and wreck cities.
And all of this power culminated in Battle City, hosted by Kaiba Corp.
Yeah,
Because
friend, we
Kaiba
wish back in the
really
day, we
wanted
wish
that
you
salty
go
run
real,
back
we
against
had to
his
do
rivals.
this, we
Salt
would
only
love to
surpassed
do
by
Battle
Yami's
City.
biggest hater,
Merrick, yeah.
who wanted the 3 Egyptian god cards to take him out. These cards were
Sucker Sky
Sliker, the
Dragon.
Electric Dragon, Ra, the God Phoenix, and Obelisk, who strikes with the power of infinity.
This was a different ball game
That was my
altogether,
first
but
favorite
Yugi was
inch
starting to
of
stand on
Yu-Gi-Oh!
his own
opening.
2 feet.
So Yami and Yugi kept dueling on in a battle city that never wants to end. Or stop bullying Joey. But to claim the Egyptian gods, Yugi and Yami had to face them in duels, pulling off some ridiculously high IQ plays.
When battle
This Black Friday gift cleans your retainer at the touch
Stinking
of a button.
ad.
No more
Black
brushing
Friday's
or
over.
tablets. Over 4 years ago, our team of engineers
When battling Slifer, they used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks
Yeah.
that went past the god's limits.
And later, Yugi combined Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl's magic into Black Burning magic, promptly defeating Ra.
This ain't new for the magicians. In the movie Bonds Beyond Time, they did something similar
Yeah.
against Paradox. It's kinda crazy that together, the magicians can defeat the 10-star gods, which are way stronger than mid-tier monsters that are 5 to 9 stars.
Mid-tier cards aren't pushovers. Darkhold Dragon is a sentient black hole, planet alignment moves solar systems, and Jaden's Glow Neos destroyed
Yeah,
a
I
relativity
ain't gonna lie,
field
I
that
do see
spawned an
Yugi
entire
winning
universe.
this fight. I'm gonna
But
say
at
this.
the top would be the great evil god Zork, who showed up to plunge existence into the realm of darkness. It was time for Yugi to finish the puzzle of who Yami really is.
If the monsters weren't real before, they sure were now. Everyone has soul energy, Ba, which manifests as Ka, or a spirit. When used in tandem with the bonds of his cards, Yugi can will dual monsters into reality, even drawing anyone he wishes by believing in the heart of the cards.
I knew it! He's been cheating all this time! He doesn't just make up rules, he's stacking his deck!
Not at all. For Yugi, drawing the card he needs isn't just luck, it's an actual skill that he developed. It's even expanded in following series like GX and 5Ds.
Okay, well, I'd be the
Yeah,
king
5Ds
of games
was the
too
last
if I
one I
could just
watched.
decide I have a
I actually
royal
like that
flush
dual
every
riding
round.
motorcycles.
Whatever. Yami rediscovered his Egyptian past, his multiple lifelong bonds, and his real name, Atem. Claiming his place as the ruler of the afterlife, Atem fused the Egyptian god cards to summon Harakti, the creator of light.
He's the ultimate duel monster who banished Zork and all of his scary darkness for good. The epitome of, screw you, I win.
No kidding. For
This old
Harakti
anime,
created
that's who
Yu-Gi-Oh's
the evil
multiverse with that
Bakura
same
was
light.
all this time,
Judgment
Zork.
had passed. Across many duels, evil was vanquished. There was only one more thing left to do.
A post-game boss duel between Yugi and Atem.
Their farewell was both climactic and bittersweet. Yugi had grown as a duelist and a person. His victory proved that he no longer needed Atem's help to be his bolder half.
Even when Atem was an entire dimension away or busy slapping the end of existence, he and Yugi would always be bros. Okay, it should have been me, not him. I'm sorry I called you a cheater. I was jealous. You're so cool.
Yugi moved on to a career in game design and passed the torch to future duelists.
Jaden Yugi.
He would be remembered as the greatest duelist there ever
When
was.
he older, he sounds like a
Except to Kaiba, who
Tim.
tried to ascend to the afterlife to rematch Atem. Goes to show you that money can't buy you happiness, but it sure can buy you a sweet rocket ship.
There will always be another story,
Picture
another
as hell,
duel,
his grandpa
another
looks
game.
exactly like
You
him.
won't find yourself a better opponent than the king of games.
The Battle
Yo.
of the Millennium is about to start, but we wouldn't be able to make it happen without some help from our friends at Raycon.
That's
gonna
right.
give you
This
some of
message
the
is
headphones. Let me
sponsored by
skip on over
Raycon.
Ray-
If
Ray
you're
for
looking for a
fight.
holiday gift, Raycon to save on Raycon audio products site-wide. Order by December 15th to guarantee delivery
check
by
it out.
Christmas, because great gifts shouldn't show up late. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Before we start, let's lay some ground rules.
We're treating this as a real-time fight, much like typical battles in the Pokemon anime and duels later on in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And given that the rules of Pokemon and duel monsters are clearly incompatible, we'll allow them to summon anything that's reasonably available
fair.
to them.
It's time to
I like the way you did that. Let's go. I'm about to say.
You okay, Pikachu? This 4-on-4 is tricky. Hang in there!
You have Spirit, but I have Lightning Blade and Excalibur to boost my attack. And I set one card face down to end my turn.
Whoa. Okay, guys, it's our turn now. Pikachu, throw him up with Quick Attack! Everyone else, back him up!
That's cool. Set time. It's cool seeing Pikachu fight Dark Magician.
Great job! Now, Thunderbolt!
Don't get ahead of yourself. You forgot about my face down card. Rise! Dimension Space!
Oh man. Crocodile gone.
Good thing we brought them all, right, Pikachu?
What do you mean, them all?
Oh man. I don't know what else gonna work.
Charizard, I choose you!
Okay, interesting. Oh, it's some Rebos. Oh yeah, 2 OGs right there. Center War, man, I'm trying hard to keep track. Yeah, Mega Lucario, yeah. Burn Lucario Silto. Summon Skull. Oh man.
Aha!
Is that Cypher the Sky Dragon? Oh, Gengar appearing right behind him. He ain't that song. Gigamax. Ninja. Asker Ninja.
I'm sorry, partner. Don't worry. It's
Okay,
my
really,
turn now.
Yugi, not a Tim. Heart of the cards. I love that phrase.
In the heart of the cards.
Monster Reborn. Oh, the Egyptian gods as well too. Rock Ops.
Who's that Pokemon?
Haruxi! Goddess of light! This is it! Magicians! Flash burning magic! Haruxi! Joser!
swords are really. Oh yeah, they stuck in place.
Pikachu, let's finish this. Together! 10,000,000 volt thunderbolt!
You activated my trap card!
Oh,
Kick
man.
Cylinder! With it, I'll send your Thunderbolt back to attack your light points directly!
Oh man, Terminal Stone.
That was an awesome duel, Ash.
The end. Not to be continued.
KO! Oh, my childhood. Whiz, quick! I need your tears. We can save him.
There's a lot to this, so let's break it down by experience, strategy, and monsters. Starting with experience. Both Ash and Yugi have risen to the top,
Yeah.
beating the best of the best, and traveled all over the world.
That's
But
very
Ash
true.
traveled more, was in more tourneys, and saved the world way more often. And despite what people say, he wins a lot.
Even a Tem's stint as the Pharaoh doesn't tip the scale since he wasn't in charge for very long. Plus, Pokemon evolve over time, literally and figuratively. While Yugi's deck is obviously adjustable, the cards are unchanging, unable to grow like Ash's Pokemon.
So Ash wins in experience, but when it comes to strategy, he's a wild card.
He's skilled at improvisation
True.
and using the environment to win. Even machines cannot comprehend his tactics.
But the same goes for Yugi. Gotta remember, Yugi and Atem's teamwork is second to none. They're masters at exploiting weaknesses, setting up tricks, and surprising foes with so-called weak cards.
Both could likely adjust to each other's unpredictability, so a Dark Horse-style win was unlikely.
But Ash's secret weapon is his bond with his Pokemon, boosting their power. I'm not just talking about Pikachu. His power of friendship invented an evolution for Greninja. That's crazy. Ash's trust in his Pokemon knows no limits.
Silly as it may sound, Yugi trusts
Yeah.
his deck in the same way. The heart of the cards is real, and Yugi is determined to support his monsters with spells, traps, and buffs. Look at his duels with Merrick and Paradox, where he bolstered his weaker cards to take down gods. With Ba and Ka, his bonds with his cards manifest them into reality, not so dissimilar from Ash Greninja.
Yeah, Ash has aura, but he never mastered it. And specialties like Mega Evolution and Gigantamax, while awesome, only
Yeah.
work with specific Pokemon.
And since Ash focuses on offense far more than support,
That is true
Yugi
as
can
well,
control
too.
the pace of
Ash
the
did
fight with
focus on
cards like
defense.
Swords of Revealing Light
Very
and
rarely,
Magic
but
Cylinder.
most times
But I
it's
know
offense.
some of you are asking, what if Ash threw hands? The kid's strong enough to chuck trees and lift baby gods. Just punch him, man. Well, Yugi's similarly tough, and the Millennium Puzzle can make shields, steal ghosts, cast illusions, and mess with minds. If Ash actually tried to punch him, it'd be Mewtwo all over again.
It's a close call, but Yugi takes the edge in strategy.
So
Yeah,
it all
it's
comes
close, it's
down
strategy.
to the monsters. Yugi
Yeah.
had a slightly larger pool of monsters, but Ashes can clear out island-wide storms, fight terraforming beasts, and are stronger than the black hole summoning Gardevoir.
However, Yugi's can rain down meteors, compete with larger black holes, and even the mid-tier scale to glow Neos, destroying that relativity field with a universe. And Herakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's whole multiverse, surpassing even Solgaleo's Sunsteel Strike and Dialga's Roar of Time.
And Yugi had more than just monsters on the field. Ash's strength was also his weakness. His power was evenly spread, relying only on his remaining Pokemon.
If Mr. Mime faints, no more psychic barriers. If he lost Lucario, no more Mega Evolution, and so on. The longer the battle
I'm
went, the
surprised,
less
actually.
Pokemon
I
Ash
just wanna
had.
see if we
And
actually
he
got
did not have a
Lucario.
reliable way to bring them back. He doesn't carry revives on him, and even then, reviving Pokemon in
Yeah,
the anime
it
is
is.
entirely different from the games. Meanwhile, Yugi had cards like Mirage Ruler and Monster Reborn that could instantly recall powers he's lost.
And he can, bend fate to draw whatever card he wants. And we didn't
Yeah.
even cover them all. Really, Yugi's deck has no pathetic cards.
Exactly. Yugi's versatility and power swept Ash's options, giving his monsters the lead. He just needed the right moment to knock Ash stone cold.
That was a good attempt at a pun, Wiz. You might not think it's Pharaoh, but Ash got Yugi owned.
The winner
I
is
enjoy
Yugi
this.
Moto.
I'll think about it. But yeah, this was a good season finale. I enjoyed this. But anyway, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. You satisfied for the outcome or not. Make sure you give a like, comment, and subscribe. And fantastic day. Peace.